I just want to invite you guys right now to light something up if you light something up. STFU, Thoughts and Feelings by Ellevan. Bless you, your checks are in the mail. To say there's a simple trick to being mindful would be misleading. It's a practice. To try and create a sudden change that just looks like a miracle is unhelpful. The shift you want takes work, the most worthy work one can find. To take responsibility for a state of being and what you attract may just be the very activity we as sentient beings are here to uncover at this time in evolution. If you're familiar with the concept of the Tao, you'd know that trying at all is counterproductive. We'll get into the art of allowing later, but I wanted to start off by saying that separation is a huge misconception. In the quantum field, there is no separation of matter between you and I or anything. It's all part of the same energy field, and ultimately the same consciousness having an experience through different viewpoints. Humans often live in jails that they create in their own head. Whether they think it serves somebody or some purpose to experience pain and discomfort, or they're just not aware of their thoughts and feelings, so they keep manifesting painful experiences. It's silly. It'd be a shame if a human had an entire lifetime without at least realizing their mistakes and making an earnest attempt at bettering themselves / their experiences. There's a deep knowing that this intelligent observation of things belongs to a higher source, and we're just an extended player in the game. So how do you access this power? How to be sure it's flowing with you? That's the intention of the book. Chapter 1, Uncovering the Pain Addiction. Most of us have built little systems in our thought patterns, like we've been led to believe that pain is valuable, that it serves a driving force or has some form of payoff. Work hard, big boys don't cry, hustle. What about release the pressure from the thought you'd like to manifest and allow it to flow into your experience? Seems a lot easier, you get me, Paul. Taking your foot off the gas in this repetitive system you've built for yourself is quite possibly the most difficult part of the mindful journey. In the beginning, you must retrain your mind from fighting the disease to creating the cure. Instead of focusing on the problem and bringing more of that into your experience, you focus on the solution and manifest. There's a couple of helpful ways to get out of your old patterns, and they'll all include shutting the fuck up. Be prepared to mentally do this or stop reading here. Tell people to leave. Now that we're past the victim mentality, we can start realizing that there is no outside world. There's just how we remember it and how we feel about it. Every person you've ever met, everything you've ever seen, and anything you've ever done is all in your head. Okay, let's do an exercise. Take the most recent painful situation you were in. Someone yelled at you, or you were wronged, or things didn't go your way. Imagine yourself in that situation right before it happened. Knowing how you proceeded, because I know how I proceeded. Fuck, I shit the bed. So knowing how you proceeded and reacted, erase that memory from your identity right now. Let it go. And in that moment, before things went south, take a deep breath, smile at the person and say, I'm so happy that we could share this moment, but I have to go. They greet you and you walk out. Head to another place that appreciates you for who you are, and you had a great time. Phew, dodged a bullet there. Congrats. Doesn't that feel nicer? Even if it's not really what happened, doesn't it serve your higher being by having a lighter heart? Instead of re-stabbing yourself with that knife that hits you every time you think about it? Why pay rent for somewhere where you don't even live? If every tough decision or if every tough situation is a teacher, you learn the lesson and move on. Like with every human teacher, you don't need to keep taking the course unless you still have something to learn from it. This is often the key to letting things go. Find the key in it. Realize if you're still hurt. Your higher being has all the healing for you right on the other side of the responsibility you take for it. The reasons you may not be in alignment about it, your human self wants to be right or forgiven, whether you can currently identify that or not. Explore the pain as an observer in order to release it. Whatever way you slice it, we all participate. We just hate that we didn't have the tools to avoid the situation or feel the shame of being there in the first place. Shame helps nobody, especially you. So allow yourself to get over the pain addiction. Pain addiction. Leave the past in the past. It's over. You can choose this amazing life ahead or choose to focus on the past and remain out of alignment with the now. Seems like a simple choice. How am I doing? Okay, how's the pacing? Yo, that dog's lit. He's on the table. He's like, fuck yeah, I love books. Little Sunday humor for you. Chapter 2, catching inspiration. Once you take responsibility for how you feel, you're so free. You're freer than free. You can go, do, and create and be anything. No more chains on your heart. And you made that choice. Now, in your new realm where nobody owes you anything, you can proceed with your whole heart. It's time to catch inspiration, the next key to the logical step. I have found that forcing anything never works, so we must take action only when truly inspired. Not because our idol did things this way or you heard this type of thing works for so-and-so. Listen to who you are and think about how things could play out in the best possible way for you. Dream forward, then let it all go. Dream up a fun dream, then proceed with your present day. Live life as scheduled, but allow the feelings of a pre-manifested future idea to inspire the feeling state of now. Are you following that? Nice. Inspiration comes in many forms. You really have to be open to symbols of communications from the universe. I'll listen for words I hear when people walk by, first glances on a page, or even just observe my surroundings as tools guiding my direction as where to place my focus. For instance, the universe trained me to look for 1111 as an affirmation that I was on the right track, that my current objective is in line with what my purpose is. Sometimes this doesn't seem centered around self either. Sometimes it's low-key to help someone else. Follow it and end up learning something that helps with your main narrative later. Essentially, be open to giving, then you're open for receiving. One time, this is a fun story about pizza. One time when the universe was communicating that I was on track with my feeling state at a big influencer festival in Washington, D.C., I headed back to my hotel at like 3 a.m. after remotely recording a podcast, and I was like, I'd love to grab a pizza, but I'd immediately let it go. So I just felt good about the idea of pizza. So when I saw that the lobby bar was closed downstairs, I chuckled and moved on. I wasn't heartbroken. It was like 3 a.m., like I'm a fucking nutcase. Back at my lobby, which was usually filled with screaming teenagers, it was a ghost town. Other than one new friend standing there holding 2 boxes of pizza. Dude, he says as I dance towards him, I just ordered a pizza before I hit the sack, and the delivery guy accidentally gave me 2. No way I can eat all these. You want one? That shit blew my mind. That was like, oh, you know? You're like, remember, this is all fake. What's up, bro? My mind was blown. Something as simple as a pizza could appear in the form of the universe showing me that I was in alignment, flowing effortlessly. I was manifesting at a rapid pace. Desires are just fuel to focus on our creations. It doesn't matter how it gets there. It'll come through if you are in harmony. If we can appreciate but not desperately need, the universe loves this language. It's gentle, it feels easy. Pizza can flow into your life on this easy vibration. Manifest that pizza, friends, whatever your toppings. What a bar, right? Okay, P.S. I brought that fresh hot deluxe up to my room full of drunk creators and they went nuts. Good feelings expand when you share the blessings. Brings us to our next concept. There is no lack. It's almost like that was made up to keep you in fear. I have a theory it was. Chapter 3, abundance. There could not be this much stuff already if there was a limit on stuff. Anything you can dream of can be created and wants to be. Everything you've ever wanted is waiting for you. Plus, no one can access your stuff. We all have our own stuff, a vortex of creation. Everything you wish for is in there. Often just ideas that represent success to you anyway. But I digress. What up, dog? Want a nice car? Why? It'll feel awesome. That's okay. Don't wrong yourself for wanting things. If it has manifested, it needs appreciators of it. There's no virtue to petty small living. You're not helping anyone else by giving less to yourself. In fact, living in a state of lack only creates more of it in the universe. Never think you're doing anyone else a favor by not embracing your full abundance. You have it. Allow it. Move on. All we have to realize is that the amount of abundance you've been letting in is equivalent to the amount of self-worth you have. Ever wonder how some financially abundant people are sometimes dense? You know, easy on the thinking? It's because having prosperity isn't about how intellectually smart you are. It's about how much you believe you should have it. In fact, sometimes being a little simple can work in their favor. They don't waste time speculating. They just go for it. It's like I'm gonna yell my name on every track and that's gonna be a thing. DJ Khaled? No? Okay. While a whiz is on their high moral ground trying to calculate and control the dense ones, simply just approach with abundant faith and actually manifest their dream by feeling their way into it. Like Branko feeling on those nanners. Beautiful boy, good to see you. I'm good, thank you. Feelings. Oh. Feelings must be the most misunderstood tool of this time period. If there weren't already 100 ads that reach you today, assuming you read in the morning, you may realize that your feelings are up to you and only you. There's business in sad though. There's not a purchase in the world that could heal you like a conversation with self could. But that understanding is free and doesn't sell fixes. Buy my book. It won't turn consumers into ambassadors like I'll call myself out there, like marketable band-aids do. In fact, it turns those who learn this into fully capable people all by themselves. And this is not good for business. Now you say, WTF, didn't this dude just say prosperity is good? So selling must be good. And I'd say, yes, selling and making money is good, shout out Paul. But being aware of when you're being marketed to, who's benefiting from it, and why. This is a fun, helpful little practice for daily human self-awareness. Go to a business, you know what you're getting, it's fair. You're an adult who makes their own decisions. But consider if you are sold on an ad campaign, especially ones that sell improvements without doing any work. Get addicted to doing the thought work, or at very least become aware of these transactions and expectations. Abundance is everywhere around us. Look at a tree. Did it hesitate to grow that 100th branch? Not at all. Did the air not breeze in one direction because it was saving it for another direction another time? No, it just blew. Whatever is needed will always be provided. The force of life just has to be backed by absolute faith. This brings us to our next issue, belief. Tight little chapters, eh? Bless you, thank you. Chapter 4, belief. I had a broken heart for my own thoughts. I was running a program mentally that held my identity captive. My evolution was on hold until I found the values in my lessons, applied them to my circumstance, and made adjustments that I needed to flow in the right direction. You don't need to know the exact goal to start moving towards it, so move. So I did. I began to see these plays in life, these segments, and if I took my time, so would they. I was finally present and ready to really believe. Meeting me anytime before that, you'd think, he's a confident guy. I'm sure he feels great about himself. Wrong, I felt horrible. I was constantly winning over people so I could feel appreciated and loved because I didn't do that for myself. I wasn't sure if something happened and I was only there to see it, that it was worth the same if someone else got to see it. Essentially, I forgot that I'm the god of my own experiences. I watched my pops serve people. My dad literally was a waiter, and a great one. I remember sitting at this little oceanside Italian restaurant in the 90s, seeing my father work his charm and a table full of full-breed Italians. In 5 minutes, they went from strangers to best friends, and I couldn't imagine what words he used to get such emotion out of people he just met. I was fascinated with causing a feeling reaction. I felt a calling to create moments right then and there, something I later built a career off of with several of you in my own way. Yeah, but there certainly wasn't a lack of years that I just sucked at life. I figured if I could get someone else to believe in me, I could believe in me. Years of shouting my entire resume at people during networking opportunities, painstaking attempts at landing gigs with clever jargon instead of just doing the work, and really stupid ad campaigns that led nowhere. All because I was trying to get validation before I had the goods to give. I needed attention, and I got it. That's what I got it too. That's the dearest thing about humans, is that we're all kind of lost, so we entertain somebody else's ideas before we even listen to ourselves sometimes. As a producer and a budding thought leader, I remind people that they don't actually need me or anyone. Sing your song, live your life, fuck everyone else. But that's not why we do it. We don't always do it for ourselves. We do it to prove to others that we're worthy. And I was masterful at this. Sporting a process similar to a shark in the sea, I'd secretly watch the person of interest, observe what they felt connected to, mentally collect everything associated with those ideas, place myself in front of them, and boom! Spew the script of their dreams. Coasting on excited reactions, I made new friends daily and started a business like once a month. Shout out my mom. That's how I got that swagger. Hands together for her. As exciting as it all felt, it led to nothing though. I was empty and the drive would die. My energy would zone out and I'd focus on the next hit, the next validation. I was dating. Oh shit, but like in another way. Okay. So what changes the need for exterior validation? Taking responsibility. I thought that somebody else was going to give me my dreams. I thought that one day someone might have the answers for me, that I'd be taken somewhere by someone unlikely to a better place. How stupid. Nobody knows what you want. You have to build it and find a way to be happy with the early stages. But there's no other way, and this requires belief. If you don't full-heartedly believe that you, and only you, are here to do that thing in the specific way that you do that thing, then don't even start. Keep flailing. You'll eventually find it. But the thing you go home and do, the thing you buy magazines about, you're here to do that thing. Don't worry about what someone else told you. Follow the bliss of how it makes you feel. Be alone with it. Let it comfort you. Choose to believe in yourself because of it. It's worth it. You proceeding with your purpose and failing is 1,000,000 times better than faking it for others and winning on their terms. You can only truly believe in that thing. Your higher being won't go to the other places. If you wish to unleash the flow of abundance that's waiting for you, find your true knowing. As you move towards the craft, lifestyle, or vocation you want, you'll start to naturally uncover why you haven't taken the time to fully believe yet. Often it's because we've been disappointed and learned to fear that pain, so you keep your next idea on the back burner until further notice. But fuck that. Fail on your own time, yes, but keep failing. Don't let fear guide your ship. Your home is what you make it. This is all temporary anyway. Might as well commit to something you care about. Believe in yourself. It is easier. That just sounded like mad quotables back to back. Chapter 6, Sustaining. So while you try and grow more self-awareness, build the life of your dreams, and avoid low-frequency conversations with people who aren't in alignment, you also need energy to live. How can someone do all this without going absolutely insane? Meditate. Or as I call it, shutting the fuck up for a minute. STFU. You think your cognitive brain is in control? You think anything you do is because of the control you have on this wild ride of a life. What else has to happen for you to realize that there's more to this day than your physical reality? Try this experiment. Sit in silence or with frequencies on, close your eyes, visualize an item, something you like, something you wouldn't normally come into contact with, but enjoy very much. Focus on how this thing makes you feel, and keep feeling of this thing. Keep it alive, keep the feeling of it alive. By playing with it in your imagination. Hold it. Reach out with your imaginary hands and grab it. Enjoy it. Like a kid on their birthday who just got a gift. Just be there. Don't brag about it. Don't show it off. Just enjoy it. Special for you. Return here as a happy place daily for 7 days, trying to focus on it for about 17 minutes every day. Even if it's just a couple minutes scattered throughout the day, different times, just make sure to come back to it. And don't tell anybody about it. Do it for 7 days. This is a real exercise. Watch this thing show up in your experience over and over again. If you create the right amount of head and heart coherency about this thing, you couldn't stop it from attracting to you. I did this with white vans for a film I produced. Everywhere, I saw them everywhere. Now, once you prove this theory right, realize all the negative thoughts you dwell on. Then observe the feeling state caused by how they make you react. Now remember how that thing showed up in physical form? Imagine all the energetic ways your worries show up when you sit with them continuously. Now knowing this, do you still choose negative feeling thoughts? You're a creator. Act like it, yeah? Sidebar, I do have a theory that some vessels are here to experience contrast at different times. You can never insert yourself into someone else's experiences and change them. Statistically, there are unstable people. You can't save the world, save yourself, and if someone else is interested, they'll knock. Just a sidebar. I'm not a guru. Okay. Sustaining the inspiration can be the tricky game, but once you figure this out, you're able to go above and beyond in whatever direction you feel is your calling. Sometimes it fades for a pulse, but if you have the intention to keep growing and exploring, you won't be measuring your progress so forensically throughout the process, and eventually will stop breaking your own heart. I'm a fan of tucking your head and doing the work, but that does sound counterintuitive to being mindful. So you got to find the balance between making progress on that fulfilling reason you began your journey in the first place with, and holding back until you really, really do feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Once in a while, technique moves the spirit, but ultimately we're trying to get to where the spirit is moving us. So when flow state takes over and we achieve everything as we're flying, and like you just let life reward us as we float into our desired experiences. The work of allowing. Chapter 7, the art of allowing. So I met Daniel Caesar. I said I'd never be someone to say those type things, but fuck it, he is great enough. In Toronto, doing shows like Gem Show right here, Hands Together for Jam. He was booking me and Javon and Daniel and all that like mad time ago. That's real. That's Toronto love. Doing shows. I met him. I met Daniel before he popped big time, as many of us here have, and we bump into each other at random times on stage and whatever. I just said that stuff in real life, and different ways you'd see a fellow musician in the scene you're both hustling in to essentially like maybe one day get out of or break through. He did. It happened like right in front of us all, right? Like it went like with the acoustic to like boom. And later taking into account how different people I've gotten the pleasure to meet that have taken off and those that have seemingly plateaued, what's the difference? How is their energy? There's a grace. Even if they're tough, there's a non-stress energy about a success, like it either is or it isn't. I'd see Daniel get off work at a place on King Street, which I also think Jim got him that job. Working a part-time job while he recorded his breakout music. As a fellow artist, I remember feeling sorry for him even. Late night job hustling, trying to make it. Little did we know in a single year his face would be all over the city at Apple ads. But even back then, in his old circumstance, getting off work to bike home at 2 a.m., he still didn't seem worried. He was okay in the moment, grounded and kind. It's trippy. Fear and anxiety can consume the best of us at different times, but there's a deeper knowing that keep those who really make progress going. Some form of God they tap into before anything makes it to the surface. Some way to quiet the chatter of what if and they say. I've made it past to where I thought I was going to, and only now I can find the confidence to dream higher and own my own light. Could you imagine seeing your omega before the proof? The art of allowing takes the idea that everything great you could possibly dream of is already in vibrational form, waiting to come into this dimension to delight and surprise you. You just have to let it in. The art of it is allowing, the feeling process of how to allow it in. Remember that self-worth stuff we talked about? Yes, that. Be the nose to smell the flower. Be the voice that speaks. Be the wind that blows. Become the expression of life. Find the instrument you are best suited to play and join the band. There's more than enough for everyone. In a demanding atmosphere like the third dimension, it's hard not to get caught up in connecting on lack mentality. The general population loves this activity. It softens the blow that most are not actually following their dreams. As community-driven beings, we love to connect. So we feel like everyone has a purpose with each other. Love it. Where that can be true, it's not always the current focus. Convincing oneself that they are a victim takes away the pressure of ever having to change anything. When I do private parties as a freestyle rapper, I often find myself in conversation with a guest who's enjoyed yet seemingly triggered by what my job is. I'll explain. Sweet as they are, there's another story that surfaces on why they never pursued their own dreams. After I attempted antidotes of guidance for years, I realized this was a choice, a true that they've settled on, now part of their identity. They've made a story bed, and they're going to reluctantly lie in it as a participant. Hyped on a once shiny idea, time came to create a discipline, and they stopped, unable to force it, wishing that they could allow and connect to the root of their practice in the Tao. Chapter 8, the Tao. The Tao that can be named is not the Tao. Dr. Wayne Dyer. Tao Te Ching, one of the most profound books ever written, a collection of poem-like passages that allude to pure natural law through the lens of a greater understanding. The most current English translation is by Stephen Mitchell, the awareness that held the first idea of anything ever. The wisdom of the Tao has taught me that I'm not in control. The energy of everything that ever was is still in motion, and we are a speck of dust in time and space, and we get to experience this for a little while. Make of it what we will. Once you accept the powerful inertia of the Tao, you can only plan to allow. Bars. The Tao has more to do with the negative space of the universe than the actual matter that you can see. Not negative in terms of positive negative, but negative space meaning not yet manifested, open clay in the quantum field, willing, patient, always, before time, everything that is and is not. Large concept. Without accepting the ever-changing motion of life, you'll always fight against uncertainty, which kills. So let it go. It goes deeper the more you consider it. Just know that you're always wanting to be one with it. It serves anything it has created, us, constant nurturing, loving fibers of the universe. This energy source is crucial to feel. Learn to become one with it by finding your center, and it's always available. More valuable answers come from the void than could ever come from a noisy world of calculated guesses. Become one with the Tao. Allow the inspiration that informs the direction of your fulfillment. Chapter 9, Flow State. From one who has stood in public and freestyle rapped for hours on end with this baby right here, I can say that flow state is always available, but not always achieved by the human due to ourself. The zone, flow state, happens when one is challenged yet confident, holistically invested focus. Time bends as you exist in this miracle space. You're in a spiral of pure infinite energy. Engaging in a state of flow is like tapping into an unlimited source of ideas, / productivity, / information, like your intuition, but it can literally take over. Like you become a larger energetic being on a vibrational build like a singing bowl. Crescendo, some would say. I formatted a process that I guide others with audio chants, breath work, and awareness practices that offer a glimpse into a pattern-based flow state. Chants, rhythm, movement, elements awfully familiar to our ancestors' tribal behavior. What were they uncovering with these rituals? Freedom, by virtue of being present. Yeah. Nothing else exists when in flow. Only I can stop me. Even then, I may just need to slow down first. It's a powerful stream. If we can achieve this sort of momentum in life, we begin having effortless experiences, creating a really, really good time. Flow state is where I like to get all of my work done if possible, which I want to believe it is. It just ties in with avoiding resistance. A difficult thing for humans if we already focused on the contrast. What you focus on expands. Find a better feeling thought. A better feeling thought. Harmonize with flow. Immerse yourself in it. It's always available if you are. Chapter 10, Results. Once you see results, you may get addicted to that feeling. It's in our human DNA, thought, action, reward. We've built thousands of years of evolution around this understanding. Truth is, life isn't always going to have you a celebration cake and a Rolex at the end of every finish line. Sometimes it's just you, alone, and the team that even made a portion of the trip with you is gone. Everyone focused on your breakthrough for a moment, so you felt loved and encouraged, but now it's all over. And it's up to you to pick up the pieces and continue. Because relying on someone else's energy to push your cart is not healthy. Find a way to create results on your own terms. Key to keeping that harmony going. Sure, you should recruit teams, adapt, and grow by any means, but never confuse the actual results you're getting. It's you. It's the result of your feeling state. Believe it or not, all while you thought it was the physical actions that were turning the wheel, it was the perception of self during the act. So we need the action, but paired with the feeling of wellness about the act. So how you feel causes the manifestation to occur, not just the action. So the work is never done. When you accomplish what you'd like now, there will be another, and another, and another, and so on and so forth. Keeping our emotions in line is the new work. Enjoy the results at face value. Sometimes you just gotta revel in the good feeling, like, I actually did something, like this book. Like, I'm just gonna go across, I'm gonna do this, and call my friends, and look, we're just chilling, hanging, this is a dope fucking Sunday, if you ask me. Shout out guy with the loud music. Anyway, so just fucking do it, right? Just like say, why not? And let that be enough in the present. Focusing on the inevitable thing with this light heart of gratitude will most definitely create a better one, a better experience. Without comparing, smile and enjoy what you get. Without comparing, smile and enjoy what you get. Chapter 11, guys, last page. Moving forward again. Look around. The room you're in right now, or the life you're in right now. Do you like it? If the successful version of you walked into this room right now, would they feel happy for the person reading? If so, congrats. You're on the way to creating an even better life, and it's all baby steps from here. Ride the gradient, you know? Shout out Humble. If you got your circumstances and setting a line for yourself in your true form, congrats. Mwah. If not, take a minute after you read this to fix a few things up. I don't know what that means to you, but make the choice to unclutter, wipe down, or reorganize. It's all the choice. So let me finish telling you what to do. What a dick. I'm reading this back like, fuck, I should have rewrote this. Just kidding. My intention for your clarity and love in life is take a minute after you read this to fix a few things up wherever in your life. I don't know what that means to you, but make the choice to unclutter. Do something that will inspire you to cultivate a more focused energy. Start again, but from where you are now. You're a lot more today than you were yesterday. You know, you're growing up here now, but with the freedom to play life like a kid. So enjoy your space and embrace your life. And I know it can be tough to dust the dirt off and think you're gonna get some different results with the same old outfit, personality, or energy. And you're right, it is. So change it. But changes don't happen overnight. That's the part that scares people, the time investment. From an earnest perspective, there's a huge opportunity here. You're going to be alive anyway. Wouldn't you rather have a slow rising stock than no stock at all? Fuck it, get involved. Toss a bet on yourself. Might as well, because if you don't make a decision, you're sitting here as a nothing person, and that's a choice. If you're in a funk, go help someone. It often shows us another side of ourselves when we reach out and offer our services and energy to others. See what value you can offer the world. It feels nice, and isn't that a great place to start? Guys, thanks for hanging out for my first book. I love you guys. Well, I'm a rapper. Paul, do you want to do any of the stuff? No? Does this sound good to anyone, this book? Thank you so much. Well, there's some closing stuff that I'm going to leave for anyone if you want to go check out the book. While we're on video, I just got to give a shout out to Jade Rakes, who is an amazing designer and illustrator who did this cover. So let's give them just a virtual round of applause. Jade Rakes, amazing artist. And keep it going for yourselves, guys. I love you. Thanks for coming out. Yo. And while I'm here, I guess I'll just do an a cappella freestyle. But if everyone just put your hands together like this for me. Yeah. So I can hear it. Yeah, I need you to be my drum beat. Yeah, Mom, on time. Make it. Follow everyone else. Ready? Yes. Yeah, here we go. Hey, here we go. Yeah, hang out in the Bentway. Yeah, come through when my friends say. Yeah, I pray like a sensei. It's okay, let the clap go anyway. Beat in my own brain, yeah, like a mini thing. Winnie, you look so great, yeah, you be everything. I'ma get that girl one day, a wedding ring. Already got one, but we don't get involved with the little ceremonies. I don't really care, dog. I know that I just told you that you are God. That's a strange thing to accept on a Sunday, y'all. Oh no, it's not luck, it's the Lord's day. What a nice little vibe under highways. I'm high, hey, yeah, spoken high grade. Hi, didn't expect this. Did you know I make Songs for you as you're walking by. Beautiful couple, I hope that you're together or else I just make things real awkward for you on the day. She's like, no, don't do that. Yo, I'ma just wave. Okay, yo, that is great. I put a smile on your face. Now this died. Oh my God, what you gonna do? Wait. Thank you so much for coming out. I love you guys.